All right, welcome back everyone. Our tray of tiny pieces I think is complete. Like I said, it just keeps growing and growing, but I think I've done assembling all the small parts. So today we're going to start building our structure proper. I'm optimistic. I don't think we're going to get to install any of these pieces onto the structure, because once I started pulling the parts, there's a whole lot more pieces on this thing than I thought there was. But trying to see. Oh, and I put all my light fixtures, I just put them on a hanger so they're all hanging, and so far staying together. Let's back up. Oh. But I think this is going to look really good if I can ever remember to fix that mailbox and those pillows. Like I say, I'll figure something out before I do the final drop in on those. But not much else to say about this. We're done assembling our. I'm pretty sure we're done assembling all our small pieces. I don't see any more that go with this. I still got a treasure chest and like a bird cage that I haven't come up yet, but that's about all I've got left in my. Got a few knickknacks and odds and ends in my other bowl. But I'm going to set this aside and get some pieces together, and we'll start building up our structure. So we'll be right back with that. Okay, this is all the pieces of the structure. I don't want to tilt it too much. I've assembled. So I think I've got them organized where I can sort of pull them off and stick them on as I go. Going to be using Beacon 3-in-1 mostly because it's stuff that doesn't bleed through and bubble up when I do paper. Got my gluing board if I need it handy here. I don't think it'll be huge necessary, and I've also got my little squeegee left over for when I put a screen protector on an iPad. But with that being said, let's pull the first couple of pieces out there and get to work. So they're calling this section of the book the frame. Bring in a little closer net on this one anyway. This goes here. Sort of supposed to be the ledge of this what's going to be a step onto that one. But it looks like it's got, I just noticed it's got the line back there to sort of get everything straightened up with it. Get just a little bead of that glue in there. And the good thing on most of these parts, that the little strings aren't going to be big enough to pull the pieces off and let them fly over the place. So I'll swirl that around a little bit, make sure I get full coverage on it, and then try and get her lined up with the edge there. I think this one needs a squeege. Is that what you call using a squeegee? A squeege? Well, that's what I'm going to call it from now on. The act of squeegeeing something is squeeged. To be squeeged. Alright, then we're supposed to take one of these and run it all the way along the edge here. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to anchor it down with the super glue on one end or the other. And then just use the beacon to work my way around. I think I'm going to do that. I'll see how it feels when I put the first bit of it on. Get my anchor spot point on and go from there. I think this side looks slightly less intimidating, so I just hit that. Good, yeah, get a nice little blob on there. And get my anchor down. If I can. I get a little extra off the back edge there, just because I'm hoping there's excess on here. Okay, so here. Okay, so that's in place. Fairly straight, but I think I can correct now and get Well, actually, my squeegee's got a fairly good point on it. Here, let's see if I can just go into that corner there. I believe I can do that. Now that I'm starting this, I'm starting to think maybe the super... I did get a little off on there, but I think correctable. I'm gonna try and go for the super glue. Let me get this on here. Will that stand up with like that? I doubt it'll stand up. Let's run you back a little bit. Maybe hit in that corner and on the... You know what? I'm gonna go all the way around to that edge. That corner. Alright, let's see what happens. See how things go. And you over, line it up, and up. Oh, that corner looks pretty good. Yes. That took too long and the glue I put on had dried at that point. Okay, so that's not going to work there. Let's try it on the bottom, maybe get a little. Okay, back to the super glue. I'm just going to carry it over the edge here. I hope, and line it up and mush it down. Okay, now I can do some crease work on this and get it. So you go in there. And in there. Okay, so I think this is going to be most of the video, doing this one little piece. So, okay, so now I'm just going to hit this part here and right at the beginning there. Bring you around. Push you up. You didn't stick. Okay, now it's stuck. Keep flipping it over and not getting the point in there. Okay. And judging on this, I got a little, I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but I'm getting a little gap there. I think I am going to go back to the, try and put just a dab. Clean off my nozzle on the beacon here again. Okay. Alright. I think I'm going to try. Just put touch in there. You over. Squeegee it. See how that goes. Now, the super glue on that small corner, maybe. So I just got the just counting on basically I got it doing the anchor work. We got the, okay. Okay. Yeah, I did not anticipate this being the difficult part of the build. So, stick with that, go the straight part there. String. And maybe down into that. Okay. Like I say, I think this seems like I'm making a little better progress now than I was a second ago. Just in the corner with the super glue. And then back around with it. Okay. This is where I got a little bit off on, so I gotta sort of correct I got some creases in there now, but I'm okay with that. Sort of. Course correcting as I go along, try and get it into that corner. And the bad news is I've got another one of these things I got to do here in a minute. Okay. Clogged up again. Evidently, this is perfect conditions for this glue to dry quickly, so I guess I've got to go the trouble of capping it every time. Now, a little extra glue on the side there. It's already alright. I just want to do a dry fit the rest of the way around to see. Okay, I'm going to miss by about that much, which is not as much as I missed over there. So, okay, so it just didn't. Hopefully that part's obscured whenever it finally gets installed. Okay. Did not anticipate this part of the build being 14 minutes almost here. Alright. Okay. Of course, it'd help if I quit messing up my glue. Okay, turn the corner now, so I've got to go back to trying to make it stand up over here. I sure hope the rest of this moves faster than this. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do the super glue on the rest of this way around, just to, let's say, anchor at the other end as well. Make sure it's all in place. Go around the corner and over there. Get a little off there, but I think. All right. All right. Let's see. I wish I'd thought to do that glue sooner, because I say you can tell. I don't know if you can tell or not, but there's a, like I say, there is a little gap right there, and this really did tighten up once I started using both those glues. So trial and error. Now we got, and I got, you know, you can see I got a little elevated there, but this one does, it ends up being flush with this one like so, so I don't think that'll be an issue. That's the ultimate appearance of it. Like I say, get to do another one of those now. Just don't have this one less, well, still got a smaller protrusion there, but I'm going to go ahead and actually, it says to put the top on first, but I'm going to do this first. Mostly because I got this clamp up to make it stand up. Thought I'd make it stand up, maybe get a flatter part. Okay. Oh, I'm just off center. I'm leaning. Okay, so sort of the same thing again, but now I know I've got my technique down. Just the super glue on the first part, and then the beacon holding down the flat parts. So the super glue in the corners, basically. And the ends. So, see if I can do, I should have done a dry fit first. Down in that corner, maybe. Okay. Go the other way on this one. Okay. Yeah, there. Now. Beacon. And obviously I didn't get much super glue on that edge. So that's too much beacon. Now bring it over to the back. Okay. There you go. Try and do this a little better this time. Actual bead rather than a glob. Okay. Maybe I can get this part done in less than 30 minutes. But I do think this is going to be the most difficult part too. That's this little. And I'm not just saying that either. Oh, was that dry fit first? Over there. Crease in. See, I don't know how that happens. Okay. Oop. But it's happening again, son. Pull a vacuum on it. Yeah, there's not even enough corner there for me to hit the super glue, so I'm gonna try and just go around on this one, I think. All right. Well, I certainly hope the rest of this goes quicker than this. Oh, dude. Get my crease in there. And here while I'm at it. Okay. And this one, because that step's narrower here, that's got some excess on it. If I was being ambitious, I may trim that over and transition that. Okay. Let's see if I can get a little dab of super glue on this side. Should be able to get in there. There. Almost there. Anchor the rest of this one down here. The super glue. All right. Okay. Got it. Okay. And like I said, I was not expecting that to take that long. But get this on there. That's on there. But there you have it. And these, like I say, you're supposed to line up something like that and give us a step. So I'm going to do a real quick stop start because I'm almost at the limit. So, and we'll be right back and we'll put some decoration on. Okay, now this piece goes on the top of the one I just did. matches up pretty good actually on that. So get the beacon out, and we'll make sure I hit good coverage on these tabs for sure. And just get some general in there. And pop you on there. So jiggle you a little bit. And okay, and squeegee. That did match up pretty well. Of course, the squeegee is gonna spread it out and get it going as much as I can. And like I said, this I think I'm going to go the extra mile. I'm surprised I'm doing it. Trim this excess off down here. And yep, super glue this one. Just tap. That's way too much super glue. And on there, I hope, or not. Don't stick to me, stick to that. Okay. Now, this is supposed to go, like I said, go on here. Get us like a, whoop, no, stay down. Aiming for that edge, not the, stay down. Keep doing it. Okay. Okay, so I think I'll use the Aleene's Turbo Tacky on this part. It just can be wood to wood, so I don't think I'm gonna need. That's probably too much because it's got all the surface area to go together. And like I said, it locks in real nicely, and that seam actually goes away pretty good too. Glad to see that. I don't think it's going anywhere, but I will go ahead and throw a clamp on it for a few minutes. I say it's not going anywhere, but I'll make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And maybe a little bit over this way because I've got something I'm supposed to put right there. Yeah. It's not going to stand up for me to do that. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. It's not going anywhere. But our little sun moon, I don't know if that's supposed to be a carpet or rug or mat or some kind of window, goes right there. So I'll go back to the old Beacon 3-in-1 for that. There is a little bit of an outline here to guide you. So I'm gonna sort of swirl around in there. And then Squeegee. I don't think I got far enough over there, but I can push some of that glue that way. All right. Now, I think I'm done with that part for the moment. So, let's put you just over there. All right. Now, we move down to this section. You go there. This one. Okay, so we line up. Not at all. Okay, this is supposed to not. No, it's supposed to go. Okay, I see. It's supposed to. These flaps go down over the side. Okay. So, okay, there is the impression of a line there. Okay, so we definitely want flush with the back. So this one will come down. And, yeah, okay, so I see what I'm lining up on. Okay, so fingers crossed I can get this done. Okay, so back to the beacon. There. Right away. Yeah, I think that's up a little bit here, maybe. Too late. There it goes. Okay. Squeegee. Okay. Let's see, I think I'm in good shape on this. Let's do here. No, yeah. Over. Over. Okay. And then so that folds down like that. But we're not. Yeah, we do not cover that side. I just looked at the instruction. That goes there, that goes there. There. And the side, these sides go down. Okay, and for this, back to the old super glue and I think I'm gonna try this real. See if I can hit that. All the way along the back of the paper there. I think I'm about to glue myself to this. Okay, looks like I was off by just a shade right there, but for me that's not too bad, especially when I decided it wasn't going to cooperate with me. Okay. Now let's do an end so I can stand it up a little more firmly. So, back. Same sort of thing, I hope. too much on that edge. Okay. Over. Go. Okay. Now. That's, I'll say this side's almost flush and this side's got a little flap on it, so that's, I definitely favored one side wrong, but just our little guys here. Oops, tore that. And then this one. Alright. That one sort of done. Let's see if I can shave this off here without doing what I just done. Okay. Yeah, that's what I had a hunch I was about to do that, but that's okay. Okay. That up. Oh, like I say, didn't I have two of those? Yeah. Okay. Back up now. This one. Sort of similar thing, but it goes. Okay. Maybe I can do this. That's obviously where that's going to be. This is the. Okay, that one appears to be. So I guess we're going to get my creases in place for when I. Yeah, now I can put the glue on and it sort of knows. I sort of know where to put it. Oh. Okay. So back to the old beacon. Okay. And one. Wiggly around a little bit there, but still. Okay. a little bit tall for that one. Okay, so I'll take the. I think I hear some thunder. Bridget may be in pretty quick. Alright. Okay. See if I'm about to run out of battery. See if I can do these other two flaps before I call it a day. Or not a day, but call it a battery exchange. Yeah, because it's definitely not made enough progress today to stop. Okay, yeah. Got some excess on the back on this one, but that's preferable to. Right. Okay. That's that platform done. Much more pleased with the results on that. So, got excess over a little bit there, but that's still. And what do I do with these? Okay, so this just goes on here. It's not quite cornered. I guess I gotta eyeball it and get it centered. About like that. So I'll go turbo tacky with this one too. Are there lines? Yeah, there's sort of a line there, I think. So let's see if I can find that once I get my glue in place. Get my. Okay, so right there. Okay. Okay, so those guys like that. Yeah. And back to. Ooh. Let's see what happens with this. Because I don't know how long that's going to take to be stabilized. But let's see. All the way back and forth and wiggle it, and likewise get you. I have to go back and do some touch-up gluing on that one because it's sort of trying to stick up there on one side, it looks like. All right. Platform number 2 completed, it looks like. And let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna, like I said, my battery's about to die on this one. I am gonna put the clamp on that one because I can see a little wobble there. And I am done with it. All right. So I'm gonna go change this battery, and I'll be right back with some more. We'll keep going. Okay, I I'm pretty sure this one's going to go a good bit faster because it is an exact fit. There's no flaps or anything to deal with on it. Do get make sure the hole lines up with the, you're not on the wrong side. But other than that, this one should just be a matter of throwing some glue down and squeegeeing it, whatever. And oh yeah, picking up my microphone. Okay. Did I have the microphone on last time? Whenever I forget my mic, I always get paranoid about did I have it on the last time I was talking. Okay. Yes, sir. Line you up with the front and the edges, I would think. Alright, squeegee. Way out from the center. Don't forget all the corners down and the front. And still pretty flush. Got a little bit of slack around the edges, but I think within tolerance for my abilities. Let's find out. To hit the holes underneath the holes. That's good. Now we got our carpet. And I say, let's see, they're really light indicator on there, the outer outline of it, so hopefully I can get that. And there's easy enough. And on this side, I think this is going to be the sort of our guides for our wiring, but I'm not positive. Once again, make sure the hole lines up with the hole. And you just go on there. So. Of course, I think I'm scraping off some of the color there. But easy enough. See, this is what I thought the rest of the, what all that other stuff would be like. Just pop, pop, pop. Go right on into it. So, I'm going to keep going. I know bearing down on that 1 hour mark, so I do want to try and not go crazy, but I also want to get as much done as I can too. There's a big old stack left over there. I'm obviously not going to get to where I thought I was going to tonight. Probably excessive amount of glue on there, but I like drawing the pattern. think that's going to be carpet or wallpaper or something. Little, like I said, once again, a little excess on the back, but within tolerance for me. All right, what's next? Ooh, this one's, yeah. Back to some more of the trickier ones, I think. This one actually has an internal part. Gonna end up there, but supposedly you put it on last. Okay, so just one side gets that, and the other side gets that. And looks like they gave us, that's supposed to fold down. Okay, looks like it's supposed to fold on one side, so this side is supposed to get coverage on the edge. Okay. Okay. There comes the rain, but I don't think the lightning ever showed up. Go around the edge here. I believe. Ooh. I see where I want to get to, so I'm not gonna get as far as I thought I would tonight, but I see the step I want to make it to, so that's still got a little bit to go. It is good. Good, it let me move it. Okay, that's... That looks like that'll get me good coverage for that flap. And this one does not have the overlap, so let's... So I'm going to go ahead and put this one on, then I'll do the edge. Let's see here. Now, crease on there. And back the other way. This one like that. Get old Gorilla Super Glue. And there he goes. Nice. Now this interior bit, past the paper and almost hold itself in. Just gonna throw the super glue down the bottom edge here. Try and get in there and just hold it down. Continue down there and then down. Alright, that ought to be enough to hold it in place. That's our window. Okay, set you over there. Now, get into these guys. This guy first, and we want it. Yeah, it appears it's going to be flush on the edges, so good. The old beacon. Oh, that good, that quick, that easy. I like it. All right. Now this one, again, you want to make sure the holes match up with the pattern. And is there any? Looks like there's gonna have some overlap on this end. Get that, yeah. All right. Okay. So. Alright. I get this piece assembled. I am going to, get the final assembly of it done. Get to put hinges on and stuff here, so it's gonna. It looks even on there, so. Oh, I gotta make my crease first. Careful on that, 'cause these two little pieces did not like me doing that. Okay. Edge. And over. It's coming down out there. Alright, that edge is done. Now, supposed to, that drops in. That was supposed to just drop in there. Excess glue in the corner there, but that, I don't think that stopped it. Over here. Okay, it's just have to do. Yeah, I'm going to clean that. Clean up around the edge there with the overhanging bit. Yep, pick another wood. A little extra on you too, so that looks alright. Over here. Top. How is that going now? Okay, that seems better. Okay, now let's see. How close was I on these things? Okay, those are dead on. I did this upside down. Yep. Oh, well. Yeah, because those should be lined up, I bet. No. Okay, but I can still work with that, I think. Okay. Be a little more effort on my part, but I think it'll go. Let's see, we're doing the hinges first. So put that up so I don't stick myself. That screwdriver gonna be too big for that. No, that should work. Okay, so in there, get you a loose fit. Yeah, I didn't realize this one was. I just assumed the hinges would be symmetrical on the top to bottom. That's what I get for assuming. Alright, there. And hope these are. It looks like these should be stout enough to get a bite. Once it gets a bite, it should be able to thread them on in. Yeah, they going right in. Excellent. Just set me up some guide holes, and it works. And you. Alright, now tighten these guys on down. You can see where they came through. One of them actually lined up. Probably do a little bit. Let's take a little bit off that bevel, that back corner a bit. That's where it's rubbing. That one, the whole thing. Okay, a little bit on there too. I can work with that. Okay, that's okay. And then get to install our music box. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and we'll call it a night. How did I get that thing in there? And we'll find out what tune I plays too. So this, so that goes. Let's actually let's go the other way. Pop you guys in first. Let's do them a couple. These little cuts on the. Sure it can come through easily. I'll trim it up neatly later. Like so. Yeah. Yeah, you're cross-threaded. Thought I had it. This one's any more cooperative. Oh, still in there. Okay, that one actually threaded, so that's sent you up. Okay, I think I just got bad threads on there. 'Cause that's not. Okay, there it went. And then you. That'll be pretty close considering it. All the other two are already in. Okay, let's tighten these guys down. Maybe that'll line them up better. I keep hearing the click that it's. Never had one of these this much trouble getting started. I want to hear the song it plays. I'm just going to force it through. It'll eventually thread itself. Okay, there it went. That must have been some trash or something in the threads because now it's feeling fine. All right, let's find out what's now. Let's see here. Push that down there. Let's find out what song we got. If I even recognize it. I do not recognize that one. No, I do not know that song. I'll have to look it up. But that's where I'm going to call it a day. Made some progress. Less than I thought we would. I say, but not too bad. Oh, yes, guys. If it weren't for these parts, we would have gotten further. And this guy. But I think, like I say, that maybe tomorrow we'll get. I don't see. I hope there's no more where I gotta go around the edges on any of them. I think the rest of, or where you put the flaps down on the. Oh, wait a second. I did miss one. I think the rest of them are like that, where you gotta put the flaps down. But let's see. That's a good start for our. I forgot what I keep saying. I had to look twice. Our frame is what they're calling this step. Looking forward to continuing. That gets us, like I say, an hour and 20 minutes or so, more than I intended. But thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all that. Be good to one another. Stay safe. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Neil, right on cue.